Bangsa Malaysia UIA melalui kajian yang bertajuk Muslim World Issue in Economic International Institute of Islamic Thought and Civilization pada tahun 2020. Jadi, tanpa membuang masa, saya akan menyerahkan majlis kita kepada moderator pada pagi ini dan dengan segala hormatnya majlis mempersilakan. Dipersilakan Dr. Titis.
Terima kasih Dr. Nurul Ashikin for the introduction and introduce me as the moderator. So I would love to greeting for everybody. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Greetings. First and foremost, I would like to thank you to Ungku Aziz Center for Development Study for the opportunity, Dr. Nurul Ashikin, Sister Ima, and greetings and welcome to our outstanding presenter today, Dr. Syed Mohammad Reza, the participants, ladies and gentlemen, brother and sister. This session is Ungku Aziz Touch and Public Policy Lecture Series on Addressing Digital Divide in Malaysia. Beforehand, I would love to introduce or read the curriculum vitae of our speaker today. Okay, Dr. Syed Muhammad Reza Yamani, Syed Umar. Beliau adalah join the Ungku Aziz Center for Development Studies, University of Malaya. He is a research fellow, in Ungku Aziz Center for Development Study. His research interest, household socioeconomics, digital divide or inequality, development economics, and also his research sub-interest, rural-urban migrations, participatory rural appraisal, rural-urban ICT access and use. So Dr. Reza originally from Indonesia, ya, Dr. Reza, ya, same as me. And his region is South Asia, Malaysia, and Indonesia. You could contact Dr. Reza in SM Reza Yamani at gmail.com or smrezayamani@um.au.my. His research and writing are mainly rooted within socioeconomic studies in Malaysia and Indonesia and crosses the field of economics, rural sociology, agriculture development, and ICT or digital for development studies. So he will keen to deliver the material today. His current research is on the issues of digital divide and technological embeddedness among urban household in Malaysia. And he also has so many papers related to the COVID-19 pandemics and digital divide in Malaysia in 2021. And his study and research experience has brought him to travel in a few countries in Africa, Europe, and Asia, Tanzania, Uganda, the Netherlands, UK, Germany, France, Belgium, Singapore, Malaysia, Vietnam, the Philippines, and Thailand. Okay, and then just a bit for his educational background. International Islam University Malaysia Selangor, di Malaysia PhD program in economics, microeconomics, development economics, and socioeconomics 2023. And then Brickbeck College, University of London, United Kingdom, postgraduate diploma certificate in economics and quantitative techniques in mathematics 2013. Wageningen University and Research Center, the Netherlands, Master of Science in Development Economics 2009. And University of North Sumatra, Indonesia, Bachelor degree in Socioeconomics, Agriculture Studies 2006. Okay, without any further delay, Dr. Reza, or I could call Dr. Syed. Which one do you prefer, Doctor? Dr. Syed, yeah?
You can call me Syed,
Reza. Dr. Syed, okay. Dr. Syed, you have 45 minutes to deliver your materials, and 15 minutes for Q&A sessions. And then the participant could, after I open the Q&A session, the participant could raise a hand and could directly speak to the speaker or write in the chat box. Okay, thank you very much. Please welcome Dr. Saya.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. It's a very good morning to everyone. I thank you very much for the introductory remark from the, Dr. Dyah. Today, I would like to present the public lectures. Let me share the slide. Okay.
Okay, clear, doctor.
It is visible. Okay. All right.
Okay, carry on.
Yeah.
Dr. Syed, boleh buat ni tak slideshow?
Okay.
Yeah, slideshow.
Okay, thank you.
All right. The topic today is about addressing digital divide in Malaysia. It is a lesson learned from the COVID pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic. The public lectures outline, we started with the introduction. Second is access and use of technology. 3 trends and patterns of the youth in technology. Determinants of the connectivity among urban youths. Agenda empirical view. Revisiting the structured knowledge-based economy. Implication for the research and practice. Conclusion, and there will be some additional materials as we look at it, the current government policy, and also the compilations of the report on the ICT use and access by individuals and household survey in Malaysia. The recent one, it's about the, I'm going to present the PEDI, Pusat Ekonomi Digital Malaysia. So introduction, the COVID-19 MCO extensions give another test for the internet infrastructure. So mainly the raises some concerns for Malaysian teachers, educators and parents in dealing with virtual learning online classes. As we know, the United Nations Education Agency, UNESCO, highlighted 363 million unrepresented students were affected at the time. The online activity might be easier for those who have access. So that's the terms of digital divide. For those who do and don't have access to the digital device and the internet, and also for those in limited access to device and internet. The researcher at the RMIT University in Australia explained the exclusion generally reflects the entrance broader issue of inequality across age, gender, social, and economic dimension. And he also explained the low-income families are particularly dependent on the mobile device for internet access, which is not suitable for learning purposes. Another research from the University of Twente in the Netherlands, Jan van Dijk, categorized digital access into 4 types: material, motivational, skills, and usage. He explained the first category of materials, which is a physical materials of owning the device. It's an essential to support the subsequent 3 access in harnessing the digital world. Moving on with the access and use of technology. Technology guardians have the heralded potential benefit of technology, such as lowering inequality and reducing the barriers of information. We know that the presence of the technology background could also expand the social network, improve the human capital, have a better access to the health informations, search for better jobs and opportunities. The presence of the youth in a household, as we know, may influence the family members' ICT access and use. So studies have shown that households with youth people are more likely to adopt to acquire access to a computer and the internet, to increase adults' interest in using the internet for a range of different purposes, such as managing household and health and other motivated families members. So these studies highlighted by the Annan and Halsa and also Goldsby and Clooney. I'll put it the link of this reference later in this presentation. When we look at the trends and patterns of youth in technology here, in this study, the number of the youth respondents are represented by 3,576 males and 3,286 females. Most are between 15 and 30 years old. So it collects 3,865 urban youths and 2,997 rural youths. How do I get the data? It's the data, it's from the Department of the Statistics. The sample data, 30% that I requested for the purpose of the academic research, 30% samples data of the 2018 ICT access and use by individuals in a household survey. So as we can see here, the percentage of the youth's education profiles by gender and strata, urban and rural, is explained in the figure 1. We could see here the based on the youth's education profile between male and female in the urban and rural areas, relatively similar or equal between two genders. Next, we could see here the percentage of urban youths ICT knowledge and skill shortage by education profile. The peninsular states and eastern part of Malaysia. We see here the number, it is really prominent. It is shown that it's the SPM, SPMV, Sigil SPM and SPMV or equivalent shown at the higher. So in this percentage of urban youths here, the number of the SPM graduates or holders have the higher ICT knowledge and skills shortages in both Peninsular Malaysia and also in East Malaysia states. But this is the percentage of the urban youths. Yeah, we could see here from these 9 sets of the ICT skills, started from the basic activities, copying or moving or file, copying or moving a file or folder, and then using copy and paste move document, sending an email with attached files. So these 3 actually, it is relatively basic activities. But unfortunately, as we can see here, the SPM holders or SPM graduates are not that confident to do the task properly. So that's the percentage of the urban youths ICT knowledge and skill shortages in and then we go to the percentage of the rural youths ICT knowledge, relatively similar in both Peninsular Malaysia states and Eastern Malaysia states. As we can see here also, the SPM, SPMV or equivalent shown the higher percentage of SPM holders have ICT knowledge and skills shortages. We go to the trends and patterns of youth in technology. The issue of the computer and internet disconnectivity by strata, urban and rural area in Peninsular and East Malaysia states. the poor rural connectivity has persisted in Malaysia, with the internet and broadband penetration less than urban throughout time. As it is explained by Mohammad Judi Noor Yusuf 2012, this connectivity issue encouraged us to investigate urban and rural disparity by the education profile, which is shown in this figure 4, and also the figure 5 later on. As we can see here, the average of access and use in Peninsular Malaysia, here it is in the gray bar here, with the highest certificate obtained. We could see also here the SPM-SPMV equivalence is relatively high here for the access and use peninsula in Peninsular Malaysia. Among those urban youths, computer and internet disconnectivity. When we see here, it's also the number is high, 36.8%, where the mean of access and use in East Malaysia states here. So that indicates the disconnectivity of the computer and internet persists in this study. Happened when I computed from the 30% of the sample data of 2018 ICT access and use survey. We continue with the mean rural youths computer and internet disconnectivity here. Again, we look at it, the percentage is even higher for the rural youths, the device disconnectivity of the computer and the internet. 53.4%, the rural youths in Peninsula, and then 33.8%, the rural youth in eastern part of Malaysia here. Okay, so that's the data from the 30% of the 30% sample data of the 2018 ICT access and use by the individual household. Similarly, I conducted a survey on the brink of the COVID-19. Actually, it is started around December 2019. I did the pilot survey and also continued with a field survey. The survey itself was based on the Department of the Statistics Malaysia 2010 demographic sampling, enumerator blocks and living quarters list in Kuala Lumpur. So this demographic sampling included enumeration blocks and living quarters were provided by the Department of the Statistics Malaysia. And also I followed the 2019 household income and basic amenities survey. When we look at it, the groups of the income groups of these respondents, it randomly selected 768 households in 11 districts in Kuala Lumpur, started from the first one is Sekapung up to the Bandar Tun Razak, the 11th district in Kuala Lumpur. Across sectional primary survey data with a total of 562 youths respondents with the age between 15 and 30 years old. So from this household, the 658 household were completed the questionnaire with the 85% response rate was conducted between the February and July. Actually, I extended a bit because there were several editions of movement control order at the time. The sample could be considered heterogeneous because of the characteristic of the respondents are typically of a mixed urban population, the majority of the 3 ethnic populations, and a blended percentage of the socioeconomic families. As you can see here from the table 1, the demographic characteristics of the participants, I differentiate between 2 gender here, male and female, from the 562 respondents. As the youth respondent here, the male 301, female 261. The age here range between 15 to 18, 19 to 20, 23, 26, 27 to 30 here. So we could see the percentage here, the youths between 15 to 18 is dominant here, is with the 38.6%. We look at it, the highest educational qualification. Here, the lower secondary education, those who earn or hold the PMR, the SCRP, PT3 holder, are those who are the majority in this survey with the 39.1%. When we look at it, income group, the household income group here, it is clearly shown that B40, it's roughly about 60% from the B40. And then we look at it B1 under the monthly income of 5,150 to 22.4%. And then up to the B2, B3, B4, as this followed by the household income survey in Kuala Lumpur, Federal Territory in Kuala Lumpur. So we could see here the range of the income M40, 9,150 up to 60,639, and then T20, 16,640 and above. Working status here, the full-time work. We could see the youths here, student status, 277, roughly around 49.3%. The computer ownership here, the youth that own the computer, very low, relatively low, it's 38.3%. Otherwise, 61.7%. The rest are no computer, or they don't own computer. Computer experience here, sharing computer, 154, 70.72%. So in their household, they share the computer with other household members. They don't own the computer, but the computer is perhaps the computer is owned by the head of the family, the father, the mother, the parents, and then they share the computer. But the internet experience here, the own internet access, 455, which is 81%, the internet experience in the household. The ethnic groups here, Malay, Chinese, Indian, and other Bumiputra, majority Malay, 200 with the 329. And then these are the list of the city neighborhood districts. Sorry, it is first Kapong, Batu, Wangsa Maju, Segambut, Setia Wangsa, Titi Wangsa, Bukit Bintang, Lembah Pantai, Seputih Ceras, Bandar Tun Razak. These are the number of the household that the data were collected at that time. We could see now is the determinants of the connectivity. The percentage of the youth's education profile here, the majority lower secondary, it's high, between 40.6% for male and 38.4% for female. Now we look at it, the percentage of the youth's computer and internet related skills shortage in Kuala Lumpur. We could see here there are two types. Previously, as we got the data from the Department of the Statistics, I only look at it the basic skills, which is the ICT skills. Only for this part, it is the 9 skills. Now I added the internet related activities and tasks for this survey. So we could see here, started from the basic activities of the internet related activities, sending and receiving an email, You could see here the lower secondary education, the PMR students won't be able to cope with some activities here, with the computer related activities and also the internet activities. It is clearly shown here. So the percentage is very high. The reason why we conducted this survey, because we would like to see the patterns of the presence of the digital divide in the urban area, despite the fact that we understand the digital accessibility in the urban area is much better than the rural areas. I continue with the mean youths computer and internet disconnectivity here. The access to the computer and the internet disconnectivity here. Again, the lower secondary education shown that the percentage is very high. Mean of ICT access, mean of the ICT use. Access here, it includes the ownership of the computer, the ICT use here, the use of the computer and the internet, the utilizations of the computer and internet. So we could see here the mean of ICT use and access. It's very high in terms of the disconnectivity in Kuala Lumpur Federal Territory, based on by the education profile of the respondents. So we revisiting the structure of the knowledge base. The structure of the knowledge base economy. Comprehensive online learning and overall education progression will be achieved by revisiting and restructuring education system, strengthening digital and physical infrastructure to improve the quality of the online learning modules and the platform. The Minister of the Economic Affairs also highlighted the inclusive learning system also assured to strengthen infrastructure and support learning scheme for the special needs. Concurrently, it proposes the strategy to enhance the soft skill that includes the language proficiency, problem solving, leadership, self-motivation, critical thinking, time and conflict management, and other related skills, which is commonly known in the area of the knowledge-based economy, or as we know, it's a key economy. With the advances of the sciences in the last 2 decades, knowledge has transformed into the key wealth creator and driven rises to the intensified knowledge use in Malaysia's economy. K economy is not a new approach for Malaysia. As we know, it was introduced in 1996 when the time of Malaysia Multimedia Super Corridor MSC, and also the National Information Technology Agenda NITA also been last time was discussed in the 7 Malaysia Plan between 1996 and 2000. The initial plan of the key economy was aimed for Malaysia to participate in a borderless world economy and compete with other highly developed and technological advanced countries. Later, key economy could only be successful if it benchmark in research and innovation from a national context to excel in the future. The government has recently introduced the Jalinan Digital Negara, or we know it's a National Digital Network Initiative in August 2020, and followed by the Malaysian Digital Economy Blueprint, or My Digital, in February 2021. The job objectives of these mega plans are to improve Malaysia's digital connectivity with a high quality nationwide broadband coverage from rural to the urban area, from urban and to drive Malaysia into a high income nation with digitally driven economy by 2030. Feasibly, these national plans will be well prepared by relooking into pre-COVID issues, past or present, also past experience, and failure to build towards improved plans in the future. The implications for research and practice. The future economy refers to the deployment of the dynamic technologies and infrastructure. It is necessary to explore in upcoming high-tech areas such as automation, fintech, AI, digital economy. The government of Malaysia should provide some consistent policy that encourage young generation to adapt, participate, and dominate the future economy. Learning society and future economy may bring outcomes such as increasing the number of the innovation and high-skilled jobs to engage the B40 group youths. The implication for research practice in this study, we come up with the three implication. First, the fast, affordable internet, home broadband, and mobile. It's a needed. Public digital infrastructure is needed to persuade more digital participation and adoption. Secondly, the human talents for digital advancement. The role of the education system dominantly emphasize lifelong learning, encourage more interest in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. As we know, it's STEM. And also the strengthening the ICT literacy skills, compulsory, computational mathematics, robotics, peer-to-peer learning, and etc. Thirdly, the high digital adoption among government and citizen for producers, consumers, and businesses. Malaysia's digital adoption is growing increasingly, although consumer services such as internet banking and e-commerce remain quite low. I think that was in 2-3 years back. Now it is growing quite rapidly in the services of the internet banking and e-commerce. Besides, the majority of the interest usage in Malaysia is content consumptions. As we know, the consumptions of the content such as social media, games, and downloading movies, music commonly confined rather than doing productive digital tasks such as mobile application, content creations, learning from the formal online courses, and also the professional networking. So the conclusions of this I conclude conclusion for this study. This paper has highlighted a number of important parts for future digital development and education of Malaysian youths. The presence of digital divide is still existing in nationwide, rural and urban areas. The issue of digital divide is unfortunately soaring in the COVID-19 neo-normalcy. The recent empirical study shows increasing trends in computer ownership and experience, ICT skills performance, views related to the socioeconomic and demographic status. Moreover, we should not only consider bridging the access of the hardware and equipment to the youths, but also the usage of the ICT capability and digital creative solution. We should be more active in giving equal opportunity of digital access and used to empower youth in the digital futures. It subsequently reduces the barriers to the social mobility and high-tech skilled jobs in the future. That eventually it is hoped that this study may encourage other researchers to begin upon some future research studies in this important area. So these are some of the conclusions from the study that I conducted on addressing digital divide in Malaysia before. Now we could see the current government policy in the 12th Malaysia Plan 2021 and 2025. We see the commitment of the government to bridging the digital divide here in Malaysia, progressing in Game Changer 11, enhancing digital connectivity for the inclusive government. In the 12th Malaysia Plan, also in Policy Enabler 2, accelerating technology adoption and innovation, which is including Chapter 11, boosting digitalization and advanced technology. In chapter 11, boosting digitalization and advanced technology, one of the issues and challenges is the widening digital divide. So the government highlighted the scenario of the widening digital divide could probably happen in the future, but the way how the government can cope also been explained in the chapter 11, boosting digitalization and advanced technology, one of the priority areas in the way forward in mainstreaming digitalization for inclusive government. In the 12th Malaysia plan, in the government decisions to introduce telecommunication services as a public utility will enhance internet connectivity, enabling the rakyat to have a equitable access to more affordable, reliable, quality broadband services. In narrowing the digital divide, the government will also ensure the students and vulnerable groups have access to digital device. The implementation of the Plan Jalinan Digital Negara, Jendela, will enhance digital connectivity and a full coverage of the 4G in populated area, as well as the enable 100% of household subscription to the internet. The establishments of the DNB, Digital National Berhad, will further accelerate the provisions of the 5G coverage for better use experience. So we could see here the digital divide reflects in the percentage of the broadband subscriptions among the various household income groups, with the B40 at the lowest of 49.3%, M40 97, T20 99.7. So this is the broadband subscriptions. So here is the very low broadband subscriptions among the B40 groups. Although offer at the 38 monthly, I think this is the minimum, the internet plan that the internet service provider by the telco charge per month, around 38%. The lowest broadband packages is still unaffordable for those vulnerable groups that may consider such as service not necessity. Despite the high mobile penetration rate, there are users, particularly among the B40, who still use feature phone, the 2G. It's an old phone, which limited the access to the internet. As a result, this group is not able to meaningfully participate in the digital economy. Right. These figures, the tables of the computer, mobile, and the internet access by the household in Malaysia, I compile this, the ICT use access by the individuals and household survey from the Department of the Statistics Malaysia report between 2018 and 2023. We could see here the trend is increasing in every ICT devices here, internet here. So I distinguish between these two: internet, fixed wired broadband, which is installed in the household, and now also the mobile broadband, which is a mobile internet. Computer mobile internet usage by individuals in Malaysia, the trends also increasing throughout three devices: mobile phone and internet. When we look at it, the genders here is between female and male. The internet access by strata, urban and rural areas in Malaysia, the trends also increasing in this table. Between this, the internet access in 2018 with the 87%. Now it is up to the latest of the report in 2022, 2020, 96% of the internet access by the strata in Malaysia. The Pusat Ekonomi Digital PD Malaysia initiated its operation in 2007, and it is fully funded by the MCMC, Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission, throughout the Universal Service Provisions USP fund. PADI purposes to empower the local community by elevating their social economic status. This initiative has progressed over the years from providing collective internet access services in underserved, mainly in rural areas, to providing enhanced value-added services. The government initiates a PADI recently. It was last month, the PADI Madani conference on the 29 November of 2023 was recently launched by the Yang Amat Berhormat Prime Minister of Malaysia, Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim. He directly addresses the need of the ICT and digital skills for Malaysia youths in order to be more productive and competitive in ensuring the economic and potential benefits of the emergence of digital economy. As of last month, a total of the 883 PADI Pusat Ekonomi Digital completed are fully operational nationwide, while 37 new PADI are still in the progress from the total of 911 PADI planned by the MCMC. The initiative is a part of the Commission's ongoing efforts to bridge the digital divide between urban and rural areas, as well as between served and underserved community in Malaysia, in accordance with the objectives of the specific regulations of the USP regulations. The 2024 Malaysian budget allocates 25 million that YB Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim announced 25 million for empowering communities through PADI in the state legislative assemblies nationwide. So the government targeted in every state legislative assemblies, Dewan Undangan Negeri, it has to be one PADI exists in the locality. PADI initially offers the internet access in 2007. Now PADI delivers a computer and internet related literacy, digital entrepreneur skills to the community. We could see that during the conference, we know during the conference, there are some success story of the local entrepreneur. One, for example, I highlighted here, PADI Taman Bandar Baharu Masjid Tanah has successfully produced a total of 350 activity entrepreneurs in Masjid Tanah, Melaka, and grown their business to the high level. The manager of the Akma Event Catering is now a successful entrepreneur after almost closing her business due to COVID pandemic. So 2 years ago. Now also another a success story of the Esha food entrepreneurs in Johor by the Puan Hasnah Awang 53, who sells various cakes and chips. Recon that the PADI has helped company run her eldest daughter, and also now has a small factory in Bandar Bakri Muar, Johor, Darul Takzim. So these are the list of the reference, and I end my presentation, and thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Syed, for interesting and also outstanding presentations for addressing digital divide in Malaysia. So because your presentation is very, very interesting, so there are a lot of questions in the chat box. I calculate it's already 6 question now, Doctor. So maybe I will read the question later on. So this is very interesting that I ever read about the journals of This one. This is the, excuse me, this is the journal of the digital device by first. Okay, this one. So the Great Equalizer reproduces inequality, how the digital divide is a class power divide by Jen Scrady in the Rethinking Class and Social Differences, Political Power and Social Theory, volume 37, 81 until 101. Here, the idea is bahwa dengan adanya digitalisasi itu seharusnya ya kita ini bisa ini, a common assumption is that the internet enables more pluralist participation in society, thereby putting a gap in inequality. Ya, jadi dengan adanya digital device ini menciptakan kesenjangan ya, inequality tadi ya. Dan tidak ada seorang pun yang mengatakan bahwa sebenarnya itu tidak hilang ya, kesenjangan itu tidak hilang di digital era, hanya kita terasa equal saja ya, terasa we have the same and equal ya, at least a bit more equal behind the screen ya, the societal differences and are flattened. Yeah, this is a very interesting journal, and this is the journal that could invite a discussion, and there are a lot of questions also in the chat box, and also ICT capacity skills. Yeah, in here you also talk about ICT capacity skill in here. This is also the publications, my journal. So ICT capacity skill consists of ICT readiness, yeah, infrastructure, and then ICT use in intensity, and also ICT impact outcome. So do we ready for to become the society 5.0, yeah, with the ICT capacity skill, with the three indicator or index, yeah, with the one index that consists of three sub-index. Okay, that's all my I'm wrapping the materials from Dr. Syed. So now I will read the question, Doctor, from the first one is Prof. Pico from Universitas Gajah Mada, yeah, Prof. Pico. Maybe you can open cam and you want to pose the question directly, or I'll read for you. So here the question is, Doctor, from Prof. Pico.
Yes. Dari Gajah Mada. Okay. Soalan saya ya, yang pertama tadi itu yang berkait tentang pendalaman lah ya. How digital creators in rural area want to create high-end contents like NFT helped by Malaysian government agencies. I currently run the project with Mahal Chain. You can go deep to rural market.
It's not that clear. Sorry, Prof.
Okay. Atau mungkin saya bacakan ya. How digital creators, ya. Bagaimana, Prof? Saya bacakan ya. The question is how digital creators in the rural area wants to create high-end content like NFT helped by Malaysian government agency. Is it any support? I currently run the project with Mal Chain. Hope we can go deep to rural market to reach. Okay, please, Dr. Syed, answer the question.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much, Prof. It seems that you have projects in. Let me read it, the question. So first, want to create a high-end contents like the NFT helps by Malaysia government agency. Is any support? It is any support currently around the project Maal Chain? Hope we can dip to the rural market to reach. Is this project nationwide, or because I've I don't really get it in the NFT here. Could you explain it a bit, Prof?
NFT is a non-fungible token, which is on the pandemic era, they're blessed with this digital artwork. So
Okay.
at the current moment, we are going to this traditional artwork like tika, batik, and all the stuff. So we want to be digital, all this kind of stuff. But what we find out that very lack of support from this agency. So I want to know from your side.
Okay. We have the government of Malaysia encourage local, especially in the rural areas, to uplift, to market their own products. Normally the existence of the Pusat Ekonomi Digital, so that's the one of the platform that they can market the products from this Pusat Ekonomi Digital, so that with the help of the instructors and assistance of the instructors, they can market the products to the rural areas, another rural areas, and also to the urban areas, up to the international level also. So it is quite new for me. I mean, I must say it is a mal chain. I've never heard about this. Perhaps, yeah, Prof?
It's a blockchain.
As a blockchain, okay, yeah, okay. I have to say I don't really go into that particular aspects of technology and also the activities. I'm more into rural entrepreneurship activities that they can jual barang atau mungkin untuk apa aktiviti yang boleh menambah baik, meningkatkan mereka punya pendapatan lah. Okay, I don't know. This seems interesting. If I may ask, is there any particular states that you are really that you work in this mal chain, or it is throughout the 13 states in Malaysia?
The first quarter we'll be targeting the northern state, Perak, Perlis, and Kedah, and then sometime in Penang.
Okay, all right. Right, interesting to know that. We could probably talk more later.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Prof.
Okay. Okay. Before move to the Prof Pico question number 2, so we will move to Dr. Sajar Othman. Salam, Dr. Sajar. So Dr. Sajar, question is, I would like to get your input on first, digital divide among older populations, and the second, possible opportunities created by digital literacy among all generations in Malaysia. Okay, please, Doctor.
Okay, thank you for the questions from Dr. Sajar.
Dr. Sajar.
Yeah, Dr. Sajar. First, questions on the digital divide among the older populations. So that means for the among the elderly people. Yeah, it is. In my research, I cover the household in Kuala Lumpur. The survey that I conducted last time in Kuala Lumpur, I collected the data from the elderly people also, the household that they don't have family members, or only 2 of those who live in the household, elderly people. They face some kind of the difficulties in for example, accessing technology, do some appointment, in medical appointment, that has to be access to the mobile phone. So they have some experience that they share experience to me and other enumerators. It will be interesting to do research in the future, the digital divide issues among all the populations. Since it is relatively new for me to understand all the elderly digital divide, and yeah. So I mean, this issue has been there for a long time. So that's hopefully that answers and a possible opportunity created digital literacy among all generation in Malaysia. That's the second questions, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Syed. So many questions here.
Yeah.
So there's also
I
question
go
from
through, yeah.
Prof. Pico. Yeah, there are three. So three overall three questions for Prof. Pico. Very enthusiastic. So question number 2: how this 2024 we at Malaysia can become digital export hub? Please describe our strength, weakness, and opportunities. Ya, kemudian kenapa jurang internet semakin teruk di Sabah Sarawak, sedangkan usaha kerajaan meningkatkan akses internet dengan infra yang lebih baik? Apakah kekangan ketirisan rasuah berlaku di sana menyebabkan banyak penangguhan proyek infra? Oke, silahkan dokter. Ini analisis SWOT, dokter.
Yeah,
Untuk digital export hub. Silahkan.
Yeah, the first questions about the digital export hub. This is more into, I have to say, it's the e-commerce activities, the digital export and all those activities also. But since I don't have any experience in conducted research in this particular area, I might answer straight away to the second questions. Kenapa jurang internet semakin teruk di Sabah, Sarawak, sedangkan usaha kerajaan meningkatkan akses internet dengan infra yang lebih baik? Apakah kekangan ketirisan rasuah berlaku di sana menyebabkan banyak penangguhan projek infra? Jurang internet, as we know, the experience of student in Sabah in 2020, Vivinoa experience of trying to getting the internet access, that dia harus panjat pokok duku kalau tak silap di masa keadaan yang memang sangat susah untuk mendapatkan internet, jaringan internet pada waktu itu. Jadi what we understand, the infrastructure, as we know, the topography, the geographical location in Sabah Sarawak, it's vast, it's a big, so of course we need more efforts from the government to build more infrastructure, internet infrastructure in these states, these two states, Sabah and Sarawak, the coverage. But from the recent Jendela info, explain that the current government progressing in the National Digital Network Initiative that has been started in August 2022, now up to the few pace of this infrastructure, building the infrastructure in that states. Yeah. Other than that, rasuah, it's a corruption.
Thank you, Dr.
I don't have a comment on that.
Any comment?
No comment.
Prof. Pico? Oh.
Same.
Great answer. Yeah. Okay, then. So another questions from Dr. Romi Hartarto. Dr. Romi is the research fellow, also postdoc in UM, University Malaya, and also the lecturer at Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. Yeah, his question is: Thank you for your interesting presentations in your studies about digital divide of the youth in Malaysia during COVID-19 pandemics. Is there any implication on student performance at school? Yeah, if yes, does it exacerbate the discrepancy between Peninsula and East Malaysia? Okay, please do, Dr.
Yeah,
Syed.
okay. Thank you very much for
Romi,
the
yeah.
questions, Dr. Romi. I explained the digital divide issues faced by the youth in Malaysia during the COVID-19. So the implications of the students' performance at school, as we know, the access to the computer here in urban and rural areas, it's there's a gap between rural and urban areas, as we understand. However, with the efforts from the government to bridge the digital access in rural and urban areas, have tried to get more. I have to say, we don't really see the performance, the current performance of the students at school. We could expect, if they don't have access to the internet of technology now, it will be difficult for them, for the current students, to get more knowledge and technology, or perhaps the skills that they really needed in the employment later. So that's what we tend to understand the consequences in the future. What would be happen if they don't be introduced earlier? If they are not being introduced, if the internet, if the technology do not introduce earlier during the education program. So the consequences will be another this another issues or challenges in the future. So that's what we understand.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Syed, for the answer, explanations, very comprehensive. And there is also a question from Joshua Rungom. Yeah, Joshua currently is at a rural district of Sarawak, Song, a place which is best known by Borneo olive or buah dabai. Currently, I'm attending this public lecture in Digital Community Center. These issues, as I can observe, as the rural community are: Jendela is a platform, yet the digital talent, in order to maximize the potential in digital opportunities, seems to be less being investigated, as most folk in the rural use internet for socializing, as the awareness in creating and exploring digital opportunities are less. Then the second, digital talent program have been conducted by Digital Economy Center or MCMC, yet we still don't really tackle the issue of creating, shaping, and producing digital talents. At the end of the day, those folks still unable to exploring the digital opportunities rather than socializing. Hope there is a research regarding this dilemma. Okay, very dilemmatic. Please, Dr. Syed.
Yeah, I think that's more into a comment from the Joshua. Yeah? When I it is long. Then I read it, that this digital program have been.
Yeah, so Jendela here is not effective, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
And also digital talent also is ineffective, yes.
Yeah, Jendela more into providing the infrastructure, providing infrastructure of the internet particularly in rural areas. When it comes to the maximize the potential of the digital opportunity, I think the PD pusat ekonomi digital, it's more into activities and skills that that perhaps Joshua and other people in Sabah and Sarawak could explore more in digital opportunities from this particular pusat ekonomi digital. So that's what I understand here. Again, it definitely takes some time to see the outcomes of this policy by the government. It is not we can't get the fast outcomes from the initiative of the government soon. Then takes perhaps, as we know, during the PD conference, PD Madani conference, the government highlighted some of the success stories of the PD in particular states. Perhaps in other states that also be some or face similar or different issues in exploring the digital opportunities. So that's from the that's what I can give a comment on the questions. Thank you.
Okay, Doctor. And there is a further discussion from Joshua, Brother Joshua Rumo. So in our district, PD is a place for all ketua kampung to seek for assistance from the PD staff to write meeting minutes. And less active entrepreneurs to really utilize the opportunity of digital. I assume the digital talents specifically need to be tailored to the need of rural itself. Okay, and then here Prof. Pico asking, di mana tuh? Yes, as Dr. Said interested in rural digital marketing prospect, I do agree with you. This is why I'm very interested with rural and digital talent efficiency. Is as our locally has potential product to be sold as ikan empurau, ikan berharga kayangan, or scientifically known as TOR, Tambroides and buah dabai, is very authentic product to be globalized. So it's related to the digitalization, will relate to the trade, economy. Okay, please, Dr. Syed. The digital marketing prospect.
Yeah, okay. Sama macam Prof. Pico tadi, similar to the Prof. Pico, I would love to know which place in Sabah or Sarawak that Joshua was from.
Song. Dia dekat Song.
Sorry?
Okay, maybe Dr. Joshua or Brother Joshua could also open cam and discuss
because it's
interactively with us.
less activity.
Everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, everyone. Okay. So basically, I'm from district of Song, Sarawak. This is the 7th district, and
Song.
Song, Sarawak. Right. People always known by Kapit district, and the nearest airport with us will be Cebu Airport. Okay. So basically, Doctor, this is what I just came back from my Rumah Panjang Long House yesterday, and we are conducting a meeting using the platform Jendela. We are doing a digital meeting online for those who are unable to attend the meeting at Long House. It's very impactful. So this is the way how I can cultivate the folks at Rumah Panjang to be able to digitalize using these platforms. And yet, as what I can see, yeah, apart from at Facebook socializing, we are unable from the folk itself, unable to penetrate, to enhance, or to seek digital opportunity. If we are unable to engage with physical opportunity because of the education divide or education gap, but the digital opportunity itself, it can be able to narrow down the gap between socio-economic among the rural itself, those who are highly educated and those who are not. So this is the thing I'm really concerned by creating a digital talent. Specifically, we tailor it with the needs of people, because as what we do have currently, we are having a digital training, digital marketing, use the drone, and few other things which is not relevant and tackle the opportunity from the folks. That's why harga buah dabai or buah durian is very highly expensive, because it comes with third and fourth parties. So these are the things which is economically it's not really, I mean, not really good at all. Okay, so that is the thing, Dr. Said. So this is just a comment. What I can see, probably we can see how this thing can be helped to tackle the rural markets, because they have a lot more potential of biodiversity. I would say because of lack of potential to explore biodiversity, that's come the other problems, logging problems, because they're unable to explore the thing. So by digitalizing this, they will be able to go to the global market in selling the natural products rather than go for the logging. Right, that's all, Doctor.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Encik
Yes,
Joshua.
Doctor.
Yeah, it's more into comment. I think thank you for sharing some stories from your perspective, also from your sides. So it will be interesting as I explained and I understand the presence of the market is not there, it's not available. So it will be it makes it difficult for you and other rural folks to market their products. May I know what is there any nearest paddy pusat ekonomi digital in your area, or perhaps any other marketplaces that
Yes.
online activities that happen? Sorry.
Yes, Doctor. Currently, I'm at Paddy itself. From by boat, we have to by boat from my long house to a stop for us to park a car. By river, it takes us 10 minutes by boat, and then driving a car from the part to the Paddy itself, it takes like 20 minutes. So it's still unable to tackle the problem itself, because nowadays, Doctor, we can see that youth they are coming back to Rumah Panjang to send their children to school, because the economically, because all the economic burden they are unable to cope with. They come back to the rural Rumah Panjang, long houses, and send their children to the school nearest. We have the very nearest school. I would say less than 5 minutes from the school. So currently, the issue is, Doctor, because of this, the platform, the gender light itself is very good. We have the platform, but the talent, because I always say, and joking to my folks, if we're able to be a digital speaker, who knows you're being invited, digital moderators, who knows you're being invited, if you have the skill. So these are one of the opportunities that we can explore. Digital writer. It's not that only we are marketing the product like, Tika, it's buah dabai. It's not only that part to be explored. The pharmaceutical, traditionally pharmaceutical. If you know all these things very good, we can connect to the others and ask them to do the research to see how beneficial are these. So that are kind of thing, Doctor. So we have only two paddies in Song, if I don't mistaken, but it's localized in the town Pekan itself. Okay, so it will be good or nice if there will be a place, a mobile PD, secretly, they can mobilize here and there. The thing that it can be done is probably to engage with the current digital talent itself. So it's not only using Facebook to do the marketing, because that's the only channel they know. And watching a TikTok as a media instead of watching TV, they are watching TikTok because it's much more faster. So that is the thing nowadays, Doctor. Yeah.
Yeah. First, it's the infrastructure. I think I have to say some of the Sarawakian and Sabahan also are facing the infrastructure issue there in their states. Other than perhaps because you also highlighted the educational issue, the literacy also. So these two, it's the literacy and also educational issues are really main issues in the inequalities. So that's the challenge now from the government to accommodate the infrastructure first, also in rural and remote areas in Sabah, Sarawak, to later on could probably tackle the digital market or something. Then yeah.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Syed. Any questions? Maybe from UAC. Dr. Nurul, maybe you have the last question, yeah? The final.
I'm the one having
And
the last
maybe,
question.
like,
Okay, hold on. Okay, like this, Dr. Syed. Actually, saya simpan soalan, sorry. Okay, macam ni. Kalau kita tengok just now from your data, from your figure, from your table, kita nampak everything is about activities yang digunakan for the digital among the youth. Tapi we always focus on the digital literacy itself. But boleh tak you, Dr. Syed, give your opinion about adakah kita ni terlepas pandang in aspect of security and integrity of the usage of technology itself, either among maybe among the youth, because digital for the digital usage among the youth, kita macam the youth itself is exposed to the orang kata digital crime, scammers, predators within the internet. So could you give your opinion on that? And then, okay, my second question is about the PD. From daripada Dr. Syed punya presentation, I saw there's a lot, about 200 something PD in Malaysia just now. And then another one yang will be built up, yang sedang dibinakan. From your opinion, does it success? Or else, adakah pembinaan PD itu sendiri akan memberikan impak dan kesan yang lebih baik pada jangka masa akan datang? Thank you. Itu je soalan saya.
Thank you, Dr. Ashikin. First, let me ask the second question. Let me answer the second question.
Okay.
Kalau kita lihat untuk keberkesanan daripada pusat ekonomi digital, dan kita dah sedia maklum bahawasanya memang pusat ekonomi digital ni memang dah ada daripada sejak lagi tahun 2007 sehinggalah sekarang. Jadi kita tahu awal penubuhan daripada awal ditubuhkan pun PD ni untuk cover beberapa aktiviti berkenaan dengan sebelum untuk aktiviti itu lebih kepada penyediaan jaring internet untuk beberapa kawasan luar bandar lah. So that was the initial purpose of establishing the PEDI, Pusat Ekonomi Digital in Malaysia. As we are now, previously 2-3 years back, we had a pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic. So that was the starting. When we restart again lebih menumpukan lagi peran daripada PEDI untuk aktiviti-aktiviti yang berkenaan dengan digital activity lah. Seperti tadi the more into educations now, more into upskilling.
Okay.
For the
So
community.
maksudnya the PEDI
that's-
itself is upscaling for the community around them lah.
Yes. That's what we know from even from the recent conference. The government highlighted addresses the need of the ICT and digital skills for Malaysian youths. So usaha untuk beberapa PEDI yang dulunya mungkin dilapidated, ada usaha untuk penambahbaikan. So there is the process of the improvement in terms of the hardware, software, and also the instructors also. The government invite another instructor or a skilled instructor that can share their knowledge and for the community nearby, that can perhaps ensuring the economic potentials of the potential benefit of the activity in that particular areas. So it's a good move. It's a good initiative from the government, I have to say, because the center itself widely been used in any other developing countries, even in Africa also. For example, I had an experience last time in Kenya. Also, there is a community that established there for the help of the banking system. There is no.
No, I cannot mute the
Hello.
Mr.
participant.
Azlam,
Sorry, Azlam.
Mr. Azlam, microphone on though.
Yeah, let me continue. So that's the experience that I got it from the research that I conducted last time in Kenya. So that was the existence of the mobile banking. So there is a similar like a PEDI. They have the pusat ekonomi yang boleh jadi berperan sebagai banking system, temporary banking system, or they call it as mobile banking system. Jadi we also have system like that, but this is more into yang aktiviti seperti center-center di luar bandar, UTC, kemudian RTC lain sebagainya, Rural Transformation Center ataupun pusat-pusat transformasi di beberapa daerah. So that's a good initiative. As we also know, in Indonesia also they have the mobile banking. That they visit certain pulau-pulau di Indonesia bahagian timur, so eastern part of Indonesia, which is a remote area. So there is also a boat for them to do the transactions, also to engage with the banking system. It is also interesting to learn from the experience of Indonesia that could probably implement in the states of Sarawak and Sabah. As we know, there are some remote areas are relatively difficult to reach. In Sarawak, for example, as we know, it is the highest mountain place that get it like this is a barrio places in Sarawak, also other places near the Bakalaan dam there. So that's also the experience and the knowledge, or let's say from any other country could probably implement in our context also. Yeah.
Okay.
Terima kasih Dr. Nurul Ashikin and Dr. Syed as well. Okay, maybe before we end up this lecture series, maybe we can hear the closing statement from Dr. Syed. Dr. Syed, please.
Yeah,
Syed.
okay. Hello. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
dengar. We heard a voice.
Yeah, so that's the I shared some of the outcomes of the research that I did it in the past in the area of the digital divide here in Malaysia, or what we also call it is a digital inequality. As we know, digital divide, it's happened in two strata, in two places, in two regions, either in a rural or urban area. Despite that the digital accessibility in urban areas, the presence of the digital divide also exists. In a rural area, we see the digital divide issues are even higher. So the initiative from the government of Malaysia to bridge the digital divide, I think, as I explained in the slide, the government highlighted in the 12 Malaysia plan, the plan of the digital, what is this, the process of the boosting digitalization and advanced technology. It will be good for the betterment of the people. So that's the initiative from the government. I think here in Malaysia, in narrowing the digital divide or gaps issue, it's a good in still progressing. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Syed, for the closing statement. So many things that we have been discussed. We discussed today. So start from okay. We are now enter the revolution industry, 4.0, and the society 5.0. Yeah. Okay, everything changing, and then the work or the job more efficient. Yeah, but we will face the problem. One of the problem is digital divide. So digital divide is a term that refers to the imbalance in access and use of information technology between different group of society. And this term is used in 1990 by experts in the technological and social field. And the digital divide can occur due to several factors, such as geographical, economic, social, and cultural factors. There are so many questions here about do the digital divide in how to deal with the digital divide in the rural area, and then in the older populations, and how the digital divide will affect on the student performance in the rural area, in the isolate region, and etc. And how the digital divide will relevant to the for example, the economy, trade, and also promotion, and also marketing. And here also from Brother Joshua that said about the some programs in Malaysia, which is like Jendela and then digital talent program. He said that it's not really efficient, so it needs the policy from governments. And also, actually, there are a lot of government policy to deal with the problems. Okay, maybe there's the explanation, or also the highlight that I could wrap up the discussion for today. day to end up the stations with hamdallah and thank you for Dr. Syed and all participants, Dr. Nurul Ashikin and Sister Ilma, for arrange this lecture series. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I pass the station to Dr. Nurul Ashikin.
Okay,
Thank you.
waalaikumsalam. Okay, terima kasih diucapkan kepada Dr. Syed dan Dr. Titis atas penyampaian dan perbincangan yang quite interesting. Maybe later on kita boleh further lagi. Okay, so before we end our session, saya ucapkan terima kasih kepada para peserta yang still tunggu sampai hujung our public lecture. So kita harap you guys akan still support us for the next public lecture yang kita dah already susun plan for tahun 2024. So please keep supporting us at UAC so for us to keep moving forward. So sebelum saya menamatkan majlis kita pada pagi ni, pagi ke? Almost tengah hari dah. Okay, sebelum saya menamatkan majlis kita pada tengah hari ni, saya nak minta everyone yang turn off the camera, please turn on sebab kita nak tangkap gambar, snapshot the picture for the group. So our staff Erna akan call nanti. So tolong please everyone turn on the camera untuk snap the picture. Erna. Yo. Turn on. Please turn on the camera. Oh, semua cantik, manis-manis, handsome. Okay. Okay, hold on. And account Nak tak dengar nak suara?
Hello.
Okay, and account
Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Okay,
Lagi sekali, last.
Okay, one more. Senyum manis sikit.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, done.
Okay. Thank you everyone. Selesai our group photo session ni.
So greeting for
See you guys next year, 2024, in another few more days.
here. Salam, Dr.
Okay.
Reza. See you guys.
Assalamualaikum
See you.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.